Hello everyone, and this is SeReNiiTYzZ here, back with another awesome Fortnite Battle Royale gameplay today. And this time today guys, back with a solo gameplay, and don't worry, you won't have to watch the whole thing in theatre mode, but this was the gameplay I was talking about in my Sunny and SeReNiiTYzZ Doubles episode 12. So this is the first game that I played, one of the first few games I played coming back from my little seclusion upload break, and I really hope you guys enjoy this today. It's a solo gameplay in which I was trying to get challenges, to be honest. So we're coming to Lucky Landing because one of the challenges I need to complete for the aim is the Blockbuster skin is to kill people in Lucky Landing, and it's also kind of nice because my 5-minute recording didn't capture the initial glide down. But you can see 2 or 3 people actually came here, so handy for VR mode to be able to show me that. And yeah, as you can see guys, just looking to be careful. I was aware of this guy's presence in my building, but it's a really nice gameplay today guys. It's it's the next solo win that I had since my double-digit game where I had 10 kills in solo. This is close to a double-digit, and with plenty of action, a lot of action with the Jetpack as well, so quite looking forward to displaying that, and really nice funny kind of ending to this game, and I really look forward to commentating it in full here. So coming to the moment guys where we can take off theatre mode in a sec, because this is where my 5-minute initial recording begins. As I was going along I was recording it, but yeah, just decided to move away from that building because that guy was aware of my presence there, and I just didn't fancy staying underneath him and hoping, you know, he's not going to notice me or what have you. So didn't want to play those wall games with him. Instead, find a guy here, and get my shotty out. Some nice shots onto the carbide. Managed to get him in a bit of a tizzle there, and managed to finish off for an SMG elimination. As you can see, making progression on my challenges right there. But the more important one, eliminating people at Lucky Landing, which is what I came here for. And like I said before in my other video where I was completing challenges for solo using the solo playlist, I do actually like it because it encourages me to go other places that, you know, normally I would not go if I were playing duos and squads. So I actually kind of like the fact that they do challenges each week, and it makes it more interesting to have more interesting starts. And I think if you're going for high kill games, you want to go to the area where it's like, you know, where that challenge is being for that week, because lots of people are trying to complete their battle pass. So it is actually a lot of fun to go to those places, and you know, if you get victorious you can get some really nice starts. And really like the way I handled that first situation to get my first kill of the game. Just nice play to switch out for the SMG after, and you know, finish off the shot, because did 77 and then 30 I think for on that guy, so you know, quite a lot of damage with the shotty, and just easy to finish off. So this moment here guys, finding my jetpack that I told you about was definitely a key to my victory in this gameplay. I was really happy to claim this, and it definitely does wonders for me later on, as you're going to see. And at this point here, just looking to survey the town, because I did hear a guy in my building, but never quite determined where he was, so just being careful at this point as I grab the jetpack. But the jetpack can definitely be a lot of fun. I think with creative builder pro building it can be really advantageous, and I've had some funny moments with it in which it's become really invaluable to me, so definitely will be picking it up. I was thinking it was only a limited time item, so I'm not sure if Epic are going to get rid of it at some point, but there are some moments in the game where it can be pretty helpful. I didn't really like the addition of it in Fortnite, if I'm honest, because I think it should just rely on building to gain height advantage. But there are some moments that I've used with the jetpack that I've really, you know, enjoyed using it. And at this moment here, Zoe is back on the channel, folks. Another Zoe solo win. Zoe does like her solos, but SeReNiiTYzZ spots this guy on the roof and tries to make this guy believe that I didn't see him, and whip out to, you know, what I was hoping for there was John Wick SeReNiiTYzZ to really come out of his shell and ping him in 2, but unfortunately I only got 1 shot onto him, so use his ramps to just save on some materials at this point. And at this moment here, quite happy to have a shotgun fight with him, because he doesn't look like it, and it is actually against a John Wick imposter. He's trying to clone the John Wick SeReNiiTYzZ. We will not allow that here on SeReNiiTYzZ, but I kind of knew that I'd be getting the better of this guy in a fight, because he didn't seem very confident, and even at this moment here I could have landed a shot earlier, but I just used the jetpack to play him a little bit. And to be honest with you, that I always knew I was going to win that fight from the way I saw that he was playing. So Really nice fight, and again, very quickly here I hear someone's footsteps after I've beaten John Wick there. So I start to hear this person coming over underneath me. So get the pump out ready, nice shot from range, and you know, from a height situation that's always going to do a bit of damage. So I was pretty pleased with that, and switch out to my assault rifle for my burst to make that a really easy fight, in which that no skin pretty much did next to no damage against me. So really nice. I won Lucky Landing, I won Tilted at Lucky Landing, so Matt would be proud. And you know, really nice way to start off the game with 3 kills. And as you can see here, you know, I got pretty busy, I got pretty stuck in, nearly a kill a minute at this moment in the gameplay, and we're already down to 20 odd players. I mean, Fortnite now is crazy. Like, you know, high kill games are definitely possible, but I think to really go for like high kill count, we're talking like, you know, 10, 15 kills plus now. When I say high kill count, it's you really have to get stuck in earlier at the right place. You know, wherever all these people died is the place to go, because when I watch this game back in theatre, which I sometimes do when I upload a game to YouTube just to see which players I was against, quite a lot of people had a lot of high kills in this one. There were quite a lot of people who had 6 to like 8 kills towards the end, and someone in the final that I beat actually has 8 kills, so I bet he was a bit annoyed because he possibly could have gone on to get 10, but that's you'll see that at the end. But there were quite a lot of people with 6 to 8 to 10 kills, and when you have a few, like, you know, players like that, like 4 or 5, you know, that's where most of the kills went. So it sort of makes sense to see why it's such a fast, you know, moving game. Already, you know, 6 minutes in, and we've already at you know, like top 20. So it's pretty amazing when you think about it. And obviously I'm pulling in my weight as well with my area, but at this moment here, guys, I was just really surveying the zone. Shortly due to come in with a storm, so I'm just looking to look at the area that I go with sun, because I really like this place. Call it the factory, I guess. Factory with the disco hall, but you know, really nice. I was hoping for a bit more from the chest, but I just wanted to get some wood, just loot it a little bit. Unfortunately, there's usually a chest here that spawns, but it didn't in this game, so a bit of a shame as well, because it's clearly unlooted. So unfortunately, I'm not going to have as much time to search it. And again, just looking to claim some ammo for my assault rifle here. So this moment here as well, like, you know, the reconnaissance period, just worth checking your back, making sure that you have it clear. You know, push forward as you move in with the rest of the circles. So this moment here, that's what I'm doing. I think it's an important key to victory this moment in the game. You know, definitely worth looking back at the zone as it's coming in to see any late runners. And you know, late runners as well, sometimes if they've been in the storm a long time, they're going to need to heal. So another reason to sort of get them in the action there is obviously because they might be a weaker target as well. And at this moment here, just getting material, just looking to pretty happy with the weapons I have. So, you know, pretty happy to continue at this moment with some good amount of wood. And at this moment here, the beacon of someone building a ramp bridge onto that hill is a golden light for SeReNiiTYzZ to get stuck in. And see, this guy has his pickaxe out and he's running a bit weird. So I'm like, okay, this guy might be an idiot. So I go and chase this poor soul. He doesn't know what's about to come on him. But yeah, he's marked now. So chasing him up the hill. And the hill's always a tricky one in Fortnite, because this is a wide open area. We're just outside Fatal Fields. So it's not entirely, you know, I'm not entirely certain where he could have gone. But trying to reason the time and distance gap between him and myself, and just see that he's beyond the trucks here. So I'm a bit careful, because I hear him take a rock here, so I'm very careful to approach him now, because rock players are very hard to shoot, and I thought that he'd heard me on the truck because he seemed to look over in this direction. But the poor soul does not spot me, and you will not believe what weapon he has, guys. He has a gold scar, and the reason that kill was possible is because this poor soul literally had 80 health. I watched it back in theatre with some shield, and he wanted to apply his med kit. As you can see, he had a med kit down there, and I think he was debating with himself. I watched it back from his POV. Like, should I use it? I think I'm alone. Yeah, you know, I could get like 20 health back. You know, I want to make sure I do well with this gold scar. The moment he went to apply his med kit, you might not have been able to see it there, was the moment that I shot him with my blue burst. So that was just perfect, exquisite timing for SeReNiiTYzZ to come in there with the blue burst shots to nick his gold scar right from him right there. And you know, I've done that many a time to Zoe in my John Wick NFT's gameplay. And you know, I'm a bit of a stealer of gold scars at the opportune moment, and for me that was definitely the opportune moment. You know, really big fourth kill right there, because you know, this guy had a gold scar, he was worth killing, and we're now at the top 12 as well, so you know, such a great time to get a gold scar, and I'm very happy going forward. You know, because the scars are my favourite assault rifles in this game, so very, very happy going forward with the weaponry I have, and you know, feeling pretty confident as well. And I thought that kill was quite amusing as well, because the guy had a rock, so it was a little bit harder to shoot, and still able to land those burst shots. And you know, he should feel embarrassed as well, because you know, he did have a gold scar and it really blew it. So, but you know, it's unfortunate timing for him. He wasn't to know that the great SeReNiiTYzZ Manjaro was on his back. You know, had him in his sights from day one. He did not know that, but yeah, unfortunate for him. But this moment here, guys, just looking to survey the area, a bit of a reconnaissance period again. You know, at this moment in the gameplay as well, I was like, you know, I was pretty much early on in the game, I was just more looking to complete a challenge. But as time progressed and I now landed myself a gold scar, I'm sort of focusing a bit more in terms of trying to claim the win now. So it may seem like I'm doing a bit more sort of monitoring than I should. It's just more the fact of I'm just, you know, trying to get as much you know, out of where I'm coming in from now as much as I can, and just being careful of my surroundings. So at this moment here, you know, decent amount of wood, but I think obviously the rest of my materials will come when I kill players. But at this moment here, I just wanted to make sure I have enough wood to make myself, you know, protected enough, because the only thing I don't have is max shields, which, you know, I've got close to it, but not quite there. So I just wanted to be absolutely certain that, you know, I got enough wood to protect myself, you know, to sort of compensate. You should always have a lot of material anyway, but you know, I was definitely just being careful to make sure that I definitely had enough to, you know, stand a good chance in the game. And definitely relying on the gold scar and the pump shotgun that I have to do the business, really. The SMG I just kind of took with me because I don't know why, really, just because there was an SMG, you know, it's pretty good, the purple one actually, but just to really complete challenges, because there's one for SMG eliminations, and just wanted to try and finish off strong with that. So that's the reason he came along, and small's always nice to have, and my jetpack, which we haven't seen. We did see some use of it in the beginning at Lucky Landing, but since then not too much. But yeah, some nice displays of skills, but I think it's going to get a whole lot better when you see the way that I played towards the end here to clinch this Royale. But again here, guys, just looking to survey my surroundings. Always try to get on the thinner part of the zone if I can, or you know, the sort of area where it looks least populated as well. We're just around Moisty Mire now, which has drastically improved since day one. Moisty Mire has a lot more stuff here, and more often than not, because of how far away it is from the bus than it was this game, people don't always come here. So as you can see, it's unlooted. So you know, more smalls for me, I'll take it, thank you very much. More smalls for me, thank you, I'll take it, thank you very much. So as you can see, guys, you know, a lot of loot to be found sometimes from the odd shack here and there. And like I say, definitely worth checking these shacks out. And I think I did one earlier in the game that had smalls in it as well. So it is always worth looking around. You just don't know what you're going to find. And this moment here as well, my recording, because what I do when I play solos or duos, I wait until I get a few kills at the beginning, record 5 minutes, and then start a 10-minute recording. One of my 10-minute recordings is due to come to an end in a minute, so I'm going to be setting up the next one. So right here, I'm just trying to get cozy in the little shack and get that next recording going, because you know, SeReNiiTYzZ feels that a Royale might be coming on. He was very right, but also getting some jitters and nerves as well, because like I said, I've been away for a week and I hadn't played, so you know, I was just trying to sort of fill myself in a bit, you know, get a bit, one of my first few games I played since my return. And at this moment here, get the recording back on and find a player. Here we go, guys. So SeReNiiTYzZ tags him up for a few shots, and no skin starts to build and gets a bit of height. And you know, SeReNiiTYzZ should have thought about building. The no skin's still oblivious to where I am and must be very, very hurt right now. So SeReNiiTYzZ continues to build, and he has to make use of his Builder Pro because the no skin is not going quietly. So at this moment, SeReNiiTYzZ, considering a different angle, has to get up there because he's built rather high now. and you know, taking his time to get there, because you know, at this point he could be healing and you know, preparing all sorts for another go at SeReNiiTYzZ. So at this moment here, SeReNiiTYzZ is doing very quick work to get up and over the default no skin, and at this point the no skin panics and tries to find another way out, but there is no way out as SeReNiiTYzZ gets in there in a nice little build battle. You know, the guy tried to escape, and very nice play from myself to finish that off, and yeah, just really nice first few shots onto that guy to start all the process. And at that moment here, that was a really nice bit of building. I wanted to try and use Builder Pro a bit more there, but the Jetpack could have also been of use there, but I chose not to use it because I honestly thought I could just get in by building, and I showed that I could. So really happy to obviously get that. It was a nice bit of Builder Pro action. This is the sort of thing I've been doing a lot more of recently. Going toe to toe you know, with someone in a build fight, so really looking forward to doing that on a more frequent basis, and it's a lot of fun. So at this moment here, guys, we have 4 players left, so there's 3 others in with me. So at this moment here, just looking to make peaceful transition into the zone and being careful with the opposition. So 3 others, so you know, really want to take my time with this because I'm doing really nice work and have some nice set of kills for this Royale if I get it. And just making a lot of care right now to be careful in my approach into the zone, and also just sort of trying to determine where the other players are. So at this moment here, the sort of nose, the front of my hill is in, so I use this as more of an observation base. The storm is coming in about 47 seconds time, so you know, have to sort of just, you know, chill out for a bit and try and sort of determine where the other players are. This bit of reconnaissance, you do have to be careful though, because if someone has a sniper rifle and you poke your head too much, they will blame you in this situation if they're a good player. So I had a death like that in one of the solo games I played where I got to the top 4 as well, and I was a bit annoyed because I was on a good stead to, you know, possibly win it if I'd not got sniped. And you know, so trying to avoid that temptation again, and it nearly cost me another Royale here actually, because the guy does try to snipe me in a minute. And the finalists that are in with me at the moment, there's a few of them, so there's 3 others. One of them that I'm going to encounter in a minute, he has 8 kills, so if he'd perhaps got the other 2, he would have been on course for a double digit. But luckily, you know, spoiler alert, I'm able to take him out. And as you can see, the snipe did come in on me there as I was poking around. And at this point, I decided to abandon my base because of where the zone's going. I did see a guy in the sort of lake of Moisty Mire, and I never saw exactly where he went. So I'm also bearing that in mind that he could be to my right, so I have to be a bit, you know, careful of that as I push these other guys over here by the crates and the balloon. I can see this all popping off, so I've got 2 choices at this point: either try and look for the guy that I've, you know, lost sight of, which seems like a hard task, or just, you know, try and control these guys and poach the winner of this fight, because as you can see, they're getting stuck in over here. And at this point I decide that I'm going to build over to it, and I'm going to attack the winner, whoever that is. And Moisty Mire, the sort of lake, the moist, is really hard to fight in, so immediately before I start to shoot him, I build a little something just to sort of protect myself. And he had no idea what was going to be raining upon him. And this guy that I just killed, the winner of that fight, he was the one who had 8 kills, so potentially if he'd gone on to kill me and the other guy I now have my final 1v1 with, he would have had 10 kills. So I think he was a bit, probably would have been a bit miffed that I killed him. But this is Fortnite Battle Royale, man. You know, have to be aware at all times. But really nice poach on the winner of that fight. You know, that's the best strategy in solo that you can use. I've always said that that's the best way to win in solo. Poaching, letting them do the work for you, and then poaching the winner is definitely the best way to go. And this final moment, when I was going over to this base to sort of take it over, I commandeered this base because it's already, you know, nicely built, and I can, you know, just expand on it as well. A snipe did come in, and the only structure that I've seen since I've been over here is this one by the shack, and I'm pretty sure that the person is there. And I'll just let you know now, guys, that this player is actually a Zoe counterpart like myself. And at this moment here is my first instance of lag in quite a long time. Very unusual for me to get lag here, because I've not been experiencing any of that since I switched internet, but it did just occur for a moment there, but luckily I stayed in the game. I was like, no, please not now, because you know, I'm definitely on course to win this. And at this moment here, I feel pretty good about it because I do have a jetpack, and I start to think that to myself, like, this guy's really annoying me, how much he's making me wait for him to sort of make a move. So at this point I decide to get on top of his base and just put the pressure up on him because he's built this. Now the only disadvantage with this is if this guy was very smart, he could potentially destroy his base, and that's something that I thought about when I built on top of him. But I built on top of him to sort of establish dominance, and for him it's going to be much harder to fight uphill as opposed to, and I want to keep the high on him at all times, so at this moment here I just make it much harder for him, and I've got the jetpack so I can afford to fly away and get away with risk of not taking full damage. And what I thought was quite nice in this gameplay is I built myself 2 layers of protection, sort of a brick canvas below on top of his, and I've now got this little wood layer support. So there's plenty of time. If he gets lucky enough to shoot me with 2 pieces, I've still got my jetpack to rely on and get away to one of my bases that I've built. At this moment I can hear him rummaging and doing all kinds of things underneath the brick that I've built. And I think this guy, the Zoe that we play against here, he really tries to sort of find a way out of this and makes a lot of errors with his building. And to be honest with you, from watching it back from his perspective, I could have gone down there and probably easily killed him, but I just really wanted to be certain that I would win, because the fact that he was smart in the fact knowing that he was completely not able to compete with me with the bases I had, he decided to stay put, which isn't a bad play, because if the final zone goes to an awkward area for me, I have to start all over again. So it was actually quite a good play from him to sort of make me wait, and it could make me infuriated, but also at the same time, like, him sitting there for so long in that little box of his, he's got no eyes on his competition, doesn't know what his competition is or where he is and what he's built. And when he comes out and sees all this, he must be having a panic attack as I start to lay the hurt on him right now, and my fellow Zoe counterpart tries to get away, and right here is a bit of a mess up on my build. I kind of knew once I hit the pump shot and made on contact that I was going to get him, because I'd already hit a 72. And there we go, some orange justice. That's for my friend Sonny, because he likes this dance. So I thought I'd just stick it on for this one, and there you go, really nice solo gameplay there, nice another solo royale. Really enjoying playing solo now and again. Most of the fact I've been playing it recently is because of challenges, and like I say, nice to get really experimental Builder Pro gameplay with a bit of Jetpack in there. It was quite nice to do all of that, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. Very excited to bring out a lot more content for Fortnite, back to sort of playing this week, so really looking forward to promoting all them royales, and yeah, just hope you guys really enjoyed this gameplay. It was a slightly funny ending, and I hope it was enjoyable. This was SeReNiiTYzZ, guys, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.